Welcome to Crazy Cool Crochet. In today's project, we are working on a really cool round basket. Now this basket, super simple to make, using mostly single crochets throughout, using a super bulky yarn, number 6. Because it's so thick, it works up really fast. This makes an awesome gift. Now, the yarn I'm using here is Yarn Bee from Hobby Lobby, called Turin in Sandstone. We're going to get started using an N hook, or I believe that's a 10 millimeter. Okay, we are going to start this with the magic ring or the magic circle. So you just want to take the yarn, there's the tail, leave yourself a good tail, and then wind it around your fingers just once. Come around, cross it over so you've got an X all the way around your knuckles. Take your hook under the yarn that's closer to your fingernails. Grab that second strand, pull it through. Now you've got your loop. Now take the yarn off of your fingers carefully so you don't lose everything. Put your hook back in the loop. And then we are going to start working. Actually, first let's do a chain to lock it in. There you go. Now we're going to work 6 single crochets inside that big circle and keep the tail end tucked in along the circle as you work. Single crochet, yarn over, pull through, 2 loops on the hook, yarn over, pull through. Keep your tension pretty loose throughout the entire project, especially with this particular yarn. Okay, so pull through both loops. That's a single crochet. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. Now let's go ahead and stop there and start closing up the loop a little bit. And that's the whole point of the magic circle, is to close up that hole. So we're going to start doing it. See, you can see it closing up already. Okay, let's finish our single crochets. 5 and 6. Okay, now before we close up that hole completely, you want to pay attention to where you are going to insert your slip stitch to close it all up. Okay, so with your fingers, just open it up, because once you close that hole, all of this is going to come together and it'll be harder to find that. It's actually a really good idea at this point to insert a stitch marker. It could be another piece of yarn, contrasting color, just slide it through, or even a paper clip, anything that will help you find that beginning stitch there. Go ahead and finish closing up that hole by pulling gently. Go ahead and slip stitch to join the round. So that just means bring it straight through that loop that was on the hook. Now we're going to chain 1, and there you go. Okay, now we're going to do 2 single crochets inside each single crochet that's on there. Okay, so under the 2 strand chain 1, 2 in the same space. Okay, now 2 in the next space under that 2-strand chain. 1, 2, and all the way around, so you end up with 12 double single crochets. There's 11 and 12. Okay, now we're going to close up this round by inserting a slip stitch into that slip stitch below. Just go right through that loop, chain 1, and repeat for the next row. So you're going to enter 2 single crochets in each single crochet. So you're going to double the amount of stitches. So we're going from 12 to 24. Now for the 4th row, we are going to enter 1 single crochet in each single crochet below. So you end up with still 24. So just go ahead, go all the way around, and then slip stitch to join the round. Okay, now we are going to start increasing again, but this time we're only going to enter 1 single crochet in the first space, 2 in the next, 1 in the next, 2 in the next, and that's the pattern for this round. 2, 1, 2, 1, until you get to the end, and you will end up with 36 single crochets. Slip stitch to join at the end. Okay, then for row 6, we are going to do 1 single crochet in each stitch around. So again, you'll end up with 36 single crochets. What we're going to do is increase on the 4th space. So we're going to do 1 single crochet in the first 3 spaces, and then we increase on the next one with 2 single crochets in the same space, and then 1 in the next 3, and then 2 in the next. So when we get to the end of the row, we should have 45 single crochets. Okay, we've gotten to the end. We've got our 45 stitches, slip stitch to join, chained 1. Now we're going to turn the work, and we're going to start building it up by working in the back loop only, single crochets. So there's the 2-strand chain inserted in the center of that for a single crochet. I'm going to show you what we're working toward. Once you lay the basket flat like that, you can see where the side is building up. It just stands up all by itself. There's another view of it. And then once we're done with that round, we're just going to continue building it up with regular single crochets. We've gotten to the end of that row, slip stitch to join, chain 1, Now we will single crochet in each space around. Regular single crochet. So now you're going back under the 2 strands. And this will be the pattern for the remainder of the basket. And at that point you can make it as tall or as short as you want. And then you can come back and we'll finish it off. Okay, here we are with the almost completed basket, and I've done 12 rows of the regular single crochet. Now we are going to top it off with a reverse single crochet at the top, reverse single crochet. On your last row you did your slip stitch and chain 1. That's where we're at here. Now we are working backwards. Normally you work going forward, but for the reverse single, it's called reverse for a reason, we're doing single crochets backward. Okay, so you've got your loop on the hook. You're going to enter into that first space to the right of your work. Pull up a loop for the single crochet. You've got your 2 loops on the hook. Yarn over, pull through. You've completed your reverse single. And that's all you do in each space. Okay, now to finish off that row of reverse single crochet, or some people call it a crab stitch, enter that last stitch in the last single crochet, and then a slip stitch right there where you started to tie it off. Okay, now I like to do one last chain at the end there to secure it. Normally I do yet another one, and then I squish it all down, make it really super tight, pull up the loop, cut it off over here so you get a nice long tail. Okay, now we are going to add some tassels. You take your yarn, and all it takes is 2 strands per tassel because it's so thick. Okay, so you take your 2 strands, fold them in half. 1, 2, 3. Of the second to the last row, not counting the crab stitch on top. So you skip 1, 2, 3, go around the post with the hook, hook the yarn around the center, bring it through the post around the back, bring up a good size loop without losing. You hang on to the tails over here. Now wrap those strands around. There you go. Now gently tighten up that little knot up on top. Okay, and then just trim. That's it.